Let's see, do we have any interactors here? Doesn't look like it, so skip on that. So Shannon, we missed you last weekend.
Oh, man.
How's your birthday?
It was amazing. Yeah, 46. Yeah, I didn't do anything. I was working, riding my unicorn.
Yeah.
You can't give me a big old unicorn balloon and think it's gonna stay in the air. I like that. Yes, and one of my coworkers made me that cake. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, yeah.
See you. And Andreas. As well. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks.
What's your birthday?
I had a barbecue at my house and I tested out my new smoker and the ribs are amazing.
Nice.
And yeah, 48.
Woo!
That seems like our anniversary celebration.
Yeah, might as well.
Our charter night. So Howard, you have a little tale to tell about your travels down the road river this morning.
Oh, my wife and I went on this amazing hike for 4 days nearby down the Rogue River. We started out not too far from Grants Pass and walked down the river to a place not too far from Gold Beach. And
Wow.
we stayed at a lodging that's available for 3 nights, and they provide meals and accommodation for us, so it's a very comfortable trip, and it's up and down along the river, but not too much up, because you're not climbing up any mountains, you're just basically going down the river. So, and in the process, we had a guide, and he was taking our gear down on the raft. So occasionally we could jump aboard the raft when we got tired of hiking. And while we were doing that,
Can you guide me through this picture? You sent this one, I was just kind of wondering what we were looking for.
I'm not sure what that is.
I dropped my phone.
You sent it. You wanted to brag
Oh,
about
I
it.
know what happened. My wife had a lot of photographs. He just turned to the one with the bear.
There.
Yeah, we didn't see a bear that was looking for handouts down the river as our raft went by. And then we saw a number of eagles. And then can you move to the otter? Oh, there's an otter configuration, that's natural, a natural formation of the rock there. There's a lot of interesting rock formations for geologists amongst you. And then we saw this family of otters. And they were preening themselves. And as you can see, there were 4 of them, mother and youngsters. And they then slid down the rocks and they followed us down the river for a while. It was really quite amazing. So I was just amazed that there's no, no people occupying houses along the river in that stretch. It's very wild and very scenic. Yes.
Federal designation.
Well, scenic.
Anyway, and it's so nearby, so I highly recommend it. You don't have to hike the 40 miles. You can stay at one lodge and hike out from there.
Yeah.
And very, very great experience. Thanks.
Take a moment. I think we had a couple of guests sneak in. Don't mind introducing yourselves.
So this week we had our interviews for our outbound for 2021. And Lila Cohen is our candidate. She's in the process of doing her long-term application now, which is due the first part of November. And after that, she'll be our candidate to go out. And she is an amazing young woman. We're really thrilled that she accepted to represent our club and to represent Rotary.
dad, Ed. My sister, Iris.
Kevin is back. Welcome.
How you doing?
Morning. Well. Thanks for coming. So, Lisa,
Oh, okay. So,
dug up an old photo.
next week starts backpack for kids, and you guys can just pass these around. One at each table, you can kind of send it around. I sent an email out. I sent an email out on, Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday, in reference to backpack for kids starting up next week. And I'm gonna do the first pickup. And, but I divided our whole club into 3 different seasons, fall, winter, and spring. And so you'll look on your list, and I know it's kind of small, but I'll also send it to you in an email, so that you know those that we would love to have participate after our meetings in the room over here to fill all the bags. And I sent instructions about where the schools are and that type of thing. I don't know how many kids we have right now. Usually it starts about 32 or so. John is my co-partner, so we're gonna send out, he's gonna send out some Genius so people can sign up. And it'll start next week. And yes.
Did everybody get the email?
No, only the first group.
Oh.
Only the first group. So, and then come fall, well, you can actually, looking at this sheet, you can kind of see where your names are, but it's pretty much based on the roster. The first 20-something went into the first group, and then the second group, and the third group. So you get an idea, you're towards the end of the alphabet, you're at the end, you're in the spring.
So I'll try to get the sign-up Genius out this weekend, and I'll resend it every week. Next week is the first week, and the district governor's here, and I assume we'll be doing a photo. So please, we could use some help next week after the photo. We need to come back up here and pack, please.
Delivering tends to be something that we have a hard time with people joining up to do, but it really does not take that time to deliver to the schools. It's just 1, 2, 3, it takes maybe 20 minutes at the most. And so if we get things packed quickly, you can get out and they can get their things. And I know that we've had problems last year with Arcata Elementary, but I talked to their new resource person, and they're going to try to be there, so you don't have to knock at the back door and then go to the front. You know, you don't have to take all that time. We're going to try to prearrange that, so make sure that that's open and that can be done. Okay. So can I go on to the next one? Oh, there we go.
The nice thing is
Thank you. I don't have the posters done yet, but I kind of wanted to wait for Taste of Blood to come to an end before we did Taste of the Holidays. But our first meeting is next Tuesday here at the Grill at 5:30. I have my committee members that have helped out in the last couple of years. Anybody else is interested in helping, please join us at our meeting next week. I'm going to try to have meetings every other week, and then it'll go to every week as we get closer. I sent out all the applications to all the vendors, so I'm starting to get some back, so the wheels are going to start turning. And big highlight this year, and I just got the approval that we could do that, is we're going to go zero waste. So I'm ordering 500 appetizer plates. I'm going to start with 500, if I end up needing more. And forks, so some stainless steel appetizer forks. Glasses we give away. The napkins, I'm probably going to do the compostable napkins, because since it's appetizers, people like to kind of not use the same napkin all the time, and so I'm going to stick to that for now. But it's going to be good, so hopefully we can get a lot of people to help recycle the dishes if we run out of dishes at each station. That kind of thing, but that's...
You need to wash the
Wash the dishes. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. So, that's it.
Awesome. Thanks.
Any questions?
Yeah, Lisa, thank you.
Let's see, Dustin.
Yes. So,
Remy, you want to stand up? You were introduced this morning, right? Okay, great. So what we did, we mentioned this a couple weeks ago that we were going to start a podcast around Rotary, and specifically starting around this club. Well, Remy and I got together on Monday, right? And we ran a pilot episode. So and it's pretty cool. Really, the first episode is just us talking back and forth, getting to know each other, and kind of talking about the future of his Crippled By Questions, which I'll let him tell you a little bit about, and then the direction we'll see this podcast going. So anyway, Remy, you want to say a few words about Crippled By Questions and about the pilot and whatnot?
Crippled By Questions was a podcast me and a few friends started, but we couldn't continue because they went off to college.
So you're continuing it.
Yeah, so we decided as a friend group to kind of have it be a platform where we all post our own podcasts because we love doing them, and so they could do their own and we could do our own here and post it to that kind of account. So we now have, so I started that with Rotary.
So and how do they get to the first episode? They want to listen to the pilot?
Well, we have an Instagram at CBQ Podcast, a website www.crippledbyquestions.com. But where all the podcasts are actually posted is on SoundCloud, but there's links and stuff all over Instagram and Twitter. If you just don't have a SoundCloud, you can just click on the link.
Great, and yeah, and eventually we'll get our own Rotary logo and stuff going, but then essentially we're being powered by Crippled By Questions at this point, which is great. So it's really fun to collaborate with Remy. He's got experience, he's got the equipment, and he's got the drive, so it's going to be fun. So let me know if you have any ideas or whatnot, and we'll send out some more info on how to get involved with it or listen to it if you can't find it through snapping photos here at Rotary and looking it up on Insta. So anyway, thank you, AJ, and that's that. So
So on that PR note, I wanted to mention Michael from last week's meeting took Wendy's presentation and it's going to be published at the Mad River Union, and he gave us a mention that we highlighted her program and just sharing the resources that are out there. So I want to thank you for doing that. Some more PR from the magazine. I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but on October 1st they start a photography competition. So you can send your photos into the website and see if we can get that photo published from our local photographers here. I know there's some talented photographers out there, so give that a whirl. And then some upcoming events. I'll give you an opportunity to start with your fundraiser. Sure.
I'm Scott Pesh with Southwest Rotary, and this is my partner in crime, Jeff Pauley.
Old Town Rotary.
Old Town, that's right. Anyways, a little backstory. I put some cards, save the date cards, and some sponsorship forms on the tables. But Dr. Evan Buxbaum is a physician with St. Joseph Hospital, a pediatric physician. A few years ago, he lost a 4-month-old patient. And the patient, Onyx, was homeless. So from the stress of not having a consistent place to stay with the parents, he lost his life. And Dr. Buxbaum had this vision of trying to create 100 units of housing for homeless families. And so he collaborated this great project with other nonprofits, and they actually opened this past Monday. And what they've done is they bought an old former care home in Eureka on Lewis Avenue. And they transitioned that into 10 units of housing for families that were homeless. So they've opened, and these families are moving in, and they have enough room for a second phase of 12 more units. And we got Rotary involved. Jeff and I created this Yahtzee tournament last year, and we want the proceeds from this upcoming year to go towards that benefit to help build a playground for those families. And so I'll let Jeff talk about our tournament and give us the details on that.
So yeah, this is a true Rotary collaboration, 2 clubs working, a bunch of other people we should probably mention that are helping with this project. Arcata House, Strombeck Properties, the RCAA, and the Partnership of Health California, and of course St. Joe's. And so Scott mentioned we came up with this stupid idea for a Rotary tournament, and then all of a sudden it turned into a pretty darn good event, and we were sold out right away. And so this year we're looking to double our efforts, and we're going to be at the Sequoia Conference Center. We're looking for 250 players to play Yahtzee at one time. Sounds crazy, and it is. But we got it down pretty well, and you're all playing against each other, and we have table runners that take your score back up to our scoring thing. We have live updates as we go, and then it kind of works down to a final table, and there's cash prizes and fun throughout. But you can sponsor a table and play with your coworkers, or if you guys want to put together a table of Rotarians, we'll probably have a special Rotarian table. It's going to be, I think, 20 sponsored tables, and there's enough for people individuals to play as well. It's very well run, organized. We have Rotaract, and lots of collaboration between clubs. And so we received a matching donation already from St. Joseph's Foundation, up to $25,000. Whatever we raise, they'll match. So that's huge. So we can, whatever you guys want to, if you are able to sponsor or come play, that effort's going to be doubled. And so we're pretty excited about that. We've already received a contribution of $20,000 from a Rotarian spouse in our club. And so we've already got the money. If we can just get this tournament to pay, we'll accomplish our goal and be done. So thanks for the opportunity to speak. And we have you save the date cards, sponsorship opportunities, and you can reach Scott or I to give you some more details.
Everything's on the sheet. The end goal of this is to raise $60,000. That's the cost of the playground. So we have 2020, and then we need to commit to our 2025, and we'll make our goal. That's the play. So thanks again, AJ, for everything. Thank you.
Any brief update for us?
I will be quick this morning. You have a lot on your agenda, but thanks for giving me just a couple of minutes. Karen Diemer, City Manager here for the City of Arcata. And the first thing I wanted to chat about, you probably all recall we got a little bit of rain a few days ago. So the official stats are in. And interestingly, just south of Samoa, we actually got only about 1.2 inches. It did fall in 34 minutes. But from the plaza north, we actually got about 2.2 inches. The storm just sat right here. We can certainly handle 2 inches of rain in the city of Arcata. We do it all the time, but we don't do it in 1 hour. So for those of you that have businesses that were affected by that, we are sorry, but we will just simply never have storm drain infrastructure to handle that kind of velocity coming in at that quick time. To that end, we do have sandbags that are ready to go for the rest of the season. They are available at South G Street at the Courtyard. If any of you do live in low-lying areas and want to get yourself prepped and ready for the winter season. This is the last weekend to finish the city's housing survey. I think I talked last month that we've got several housing updates, including our major housing element update, so appreciate the work that you're doing. If you haven't seen the Onyx facility of families, there were a couple of Arcata families that were also able to move into that. It's a fantastic facility that is part of our housing element too at all levels. At cityofarcata.org, you still can complete that housing survey over the weekend. It will close on Monday. Wednesday, we do have our annual hearing of unmet transit needs, so if you're experiencing any public transit issues that you want to share with the council, that would be Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. And lastly, our Coffee with a Cop this quarter is actually going to be up on campus. It is 9 to 1 on Friday, next Friday, up at the depot on campus, so if you're out and about. So I will be here for the rest of the meeting. If you guys have questions afterwards, please come and see me.
So all day today, Plans for Nonprofits up at 6 Rivers. We have the Dana Sisters here to promote this, but it started at 11:30. Every pint goes to their fundraiser for a walk to end Alzheimer's. And then later tonight, we have
right, give or take. If you've sold tickets, please tell me. Let me know that after the meeting. And we have more tickets. Some of you need some, I know. And just be there. It's going to be awesome. We have a DJ. We're going to have some nice music, nice food, nice silent auction items. It's going to be really fun.
And a pinata. Our sponsor, the corporate sponsors.
If they would fly to you, I would throw them to you right now. Because they're
I think they can fly. I think you should try it. Just a quick plug. In Trinidad, there's a citywide festival. Most of the events are free, celebrating the California Coastal National Monument. There's going to be, the lighthouse will be open. There'll be live music, kayak tours, surf contests, on and on. So yeah, it's a huge schedule of events. You can go to trinidadcoastallandtrust.org or just show up sometime during the day. And Taste in Trinidad, another tasting thing, is happening tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 6. So yes, a lot of stuff. Oh, and then I'm kind of a nonprofit junkie, if you haven't noticed. I'm also on the board for Friends of the Dunes, and their annual Wine by the Sea event is the following weekend. And I have tickets, and if you want to ask any questions, see me. It's really fun out at the Nature Center where we do our Adopt a Highway. It'll be open up there.
How much are those tickets?
Those tickets are $40 a piece, and there's 9 wineries. You go around and taste for the different wineries and Brett Schuler food. It's a really good event, so thanks.
Thanks, Carol.